Greetings, duelists, and welcome to another video. So, uh, the OCG Forbidden Limited list got updated. It happened just a little while ago. There are so many news that has happened in the past 24 hours. I don't know if I'm able to keep up. Feel free to let me know in the comments if you want me to cover all of them, because we got a lot of news, like between frame break over limit cards, the OCG Forbidden list, the new Predaplant support in Blazing Dominion. Like right now, as we're currently recording, we're on this second stage of Duelist Cup happening right now. I was watching one of the OCG players. Yeah, there's a lot to cover. But today's topic is going to be involving the OCG Forbidden Limited list. And as you can see here, we already got a few bangers. So let's go through the list and then we'll talk about them one by one. So Forbidden, we got Moon of the Close Heaven, Splash Mage, number 41, Red Ramson. Limiteds, we got Ice Raziel. I think it's Ice Raziel. Yeah. Maxx C, Dracotail Malulu, Yummy Marshmallow, Yummy Snatchy, Pre-Preparation Rites, Called by the Grave. Totally awesome. And welcome back, Metamorphosis. Semi-limiteds, Ash Blossom, Sullen Judgment, Dominus Impulse, oh my god, and Sprite Starter. Unlimiteds, we got Astrograph Sorcerer, we got Eclipse Wyvern, we got Bestial Boldrake, we got Emergency, Pot of Desires, Purely Sleepy Memory, and Primitive, I think it's Primitive Planet, something Planet Wraithsoth. Alright, let's start with the limits, or the forbiddens. Splash Mage and Moon already happened in the TCG. They happened on September 15th. So this is not a real surprise for us. Red Ramson is already banned in Master Duel. I also think this will happen in the TCG. And number 41 Bagooska, I really like this one. This is a new one. This did happen in Master Duel, and I have a big feeling that this will happen for us in the TCG in the future as well. Let's start with Bagooska. I think this card should have been on the Forbidden list for a while now. This is the same issue as Dimensional Barrier. Like, it's just one of these cards that just invalidate the mechanic of a lot of decks. Back when Bagooska was first printed, it was when Link Summoning was starting, and when Link Summoning just got a really strong foothold and became the best strategy in the game, then Bagooska's like influence into the format was not really that high. We're now in a format where a lot of the dominant monster types are not Link monsters. We already saw the aftermath of that with the Forbidden list, the Emergency Forbidden list, taking out Dimensional Barrier. I am surprised Dimensional Barrier is still in the OCG. That card should also be in here, because it kind of serves the similar purpose as Bagooska. But we'll take number 41 Bagooska. I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up happening in the TCG. Red Ramson. Malice is not dead. Like, you see this Red Ramson and you see this Splash Mage, they're still fine. They had to make these strong hits because Malice was arguably one of the top 3 decks in the OCG at the moment. With this hit and with this list taking into effect, I don't think Malice will be in the top 3, but I do think that Malice is still very, very playable. for that deck to be disappeared forever, you gotta have to take something like White Binder out of the equation. But yeah, I do see this also happening in the TCG. Malice has been a very, very strong contender, like in our format, and just seeing it happen in Master Duel and OCG just means that we're probably next. Expect an underground video talking about this. Moon of the Closed Heaven. I didn't think Fiendsmith was doing that much in the OCG. It was popularized in both Elfenotes and in Mitsurugi, but the Elfenote strategy does not play Moon. Their bridge into Fiendsmith is Armades, the Keeper of Armageddon. So I really do like this hit. I think it forces the OCG players to be a lot more creative with Fiendsmith, although I am questioning whether or not they are going to keep playing Fiendsmith in their strategies, because if you're not aware, Tract and Engraver are both limited in the OCG. So yeah, this is a really heavy hit for Fiendsmith players. Now let's go to the limits. Ice Raziel. This is a weird one. I think this also happened in Master Duel. I'm not completely sure. Raziel has not been doing so much in the TCG after X Raziel got hit. We did have the automat jump scare deck, like take over like YCS Anaheim at one moment, and then the Forbidden, the emergency list in October just handled the outliers of that strategy. But yeah, I think all the Raziels are now hit in the OCG, if I'm not mistaken. Because if I remember correctly, Sword and X were already limited before this. Maxx C Limited, I think OCG players might be happy about this one. It's only a matter of time. Like, this kind of sets the precedent of just how dominant this card is. I think with both it and Mocharmis in the game is just a little bit too much. Also, Dracotail is now like one of the most popular strategies in the OCG again, and that deck type strategy was abusing Maxx C more than other archetypes. We're looking at you, Arthalion. Speaking of Dracotail, Malulu, that also got limited. I don't think this is the worst hit to Dracotail. I actually do wholeheartedly believe that Dracotail is going to be perfectly fine. Most Dracotail variants are just hybrids of other strategies, especially with the Fallen Magistus engine, which I did bring up in my Yu-Gi-Oh! Alert video if you haven't seen it. Yeah, I don't think Malulu's a really big hit to Dracotail. I thought K2 was a bigger hit, and the deck is doing just fine, even with K2 limited. Marshmallow. Let's talk about Snatchy alongside Marshmallow. If it was just Marshmallow, I would have said that Yummy would be perfectly fine. But Snatchy Limited is a huge hit. This one will hurt like Yummy players, because at the time of this recording, there is no other Yummy Link monster besides Snatchy. Their strategy can adapt and play like with their synchros with other Link ones, but Snatchy is by far the most important one. It is the one that gives you the interruptions on your opponent's turn. It is the one that enables the strategy to be in check. Now, if this Snatchy ever gets like banished face down or like taken for some reason, like that strategy folds like very, very hard. Like we can do fine with just one Marshmallow. Like one Snatchy, that one really hurts. Like I'm very curious how Yummy will adapt with this. Maybe the Mitsurugi variant of Yummy could see a lot of play, but the problem with that is pre-preparation of rights also got hit. Shout out to Kuyo Karoya. She did call this. I also brought it up on my prediction list. Yeah, this was a necessary hit because Mitsurugi was very popular in the OCG, but they didn't want to hit Mitsurugi like directly, so something in that archetype needed a hit. I do actually, I now seeing it happening here in the OCG, I actually do foresee this happening in the TCG. Cold-Blooded Limited. If you've been on this channel and you've been hearing me rant, you already know how I don't like this card. This card has been at 2 copies in the OCG for a long time. So now they're gonna have to experience the same thing I experienced whenever somebody opens the card. See with Maxx C. Like, I don't like Maxx C at 1 because Maxx C at 1 is just as volatile as it being at 2. For those who have played in the TCG back in 2017, like I have, you already know where I'm coming from. But yeah, that's all I have to say about Cold-Blooded Grave. I guess I will note this. Maxx C and Ash Blossom both being hit kinda warrants also the hit to this card because they're basically equalizing the playing field between hand traps and anti-hand trap breakers. Alright, totally awesome. Welcome back. This was never banned in the TCG. However, we do have Roding Totem banned. The problem with bringing back Roding Totem is that we have Substitute. And for those who don't know what that means, infinite loops, brother. I don't know if like Roding Totem is ready to come back in the TCG. They're gonna have to ban Substitute again, maybe. But yeah, this coming back in the OCG, I think this is perfectly fine. Metamorphosis, this is a really cool card. This card has been power crept. Like, there's no real abuse behind this card that I can think of at the moment. Like, something really cool that I can see, like, me doing is if this card ever comes back, I have a really cool deck that I'm gonna show in my next deck report that would actually make really good use out of this card. So stay tuned for that. Yeah, overall, these were not bad hits. Like, they actually do address some of the decks in the format. Although, where are the Magistuses? That engine is running everywhere in the OCG now, especially with the new following of Albaz. And best believe you're gonna see that engine pop up even more. Alright, so, Semi. Ash Blossom, this is the second time this has happened in the OCG. I think this time it's going to be for good. I don't think this will come back to 3. Ash Blossom is just one of those cards that is insanely popular and it's been played in every strategy. The OCG doesn't like that. For us in the TCG, this card is kind of a necessary evil. It kind of just counters the Moch armies when you're playing combo decks. It is a strong, it's not a really strong hand trap, but it is the most versatile hand trap in the game to this day. There's nothing like I don't see a strategy that is just going to do well, on well with this card in its main deck. Southern Judgment, we have this card limited. Yeah, they basically trying to set the precedent of avoiding like unplayable game 2s post side. Dominance Impulse, I actually do like this hit. This is not on my prediction list. This was not on my prediction list. However, I do actually understand why this card is hit. This is an indirect hit to Malice, but this also hits Mitsurugi. Those were two really popular strategies in the OCG. This card is just really strong. This card is basically Solemn Warning as a hand trap. Like, the quality behind this card is above Dominus, the other Dominus cards. Like, it's above Dominus Purge, it's above Dominus Spiral, it's above Songs of the Dominators. Yeah, this card is just really strong in general. Sprite Starter was limited, so they're just bringing back stuff for Sprite. So, not much to say about this. Alright, so, on limits. Astrograph, Pendulums haven't done anything in a while, so shout outs to Kuyo. She also called this one. She also called Eclipse Wyvern coming back to 3. So, those two did happen. We have Boldrake at 3. This does nothing. Like, if anything, we need more cards to counter Mitsurugi, so good on them. Emergency, like, Rescue Ace did get support in Burst Protocol, but that support hasn't done anything as of yet. So, yeah, welcome back, Emergency. Will this incentivize players to play Rescue Ace in OC? I don't think so. Maybe they are gonna be a few people, but that strategy is not as strong as it used to be back in 2023. I'm surprised Desires and Sleepy were semi-limited, to be honest. These two cards are perfectly fine back at 3. We might see this come back to us as well. This card is still semi-limited in the TCG. Raid South coming back, no surprise. We have the entire Kashtira engine online except for a Rise Art. And that engine hasn't done a lot ever since. So, yeah. And that's the list. There's not a lot to say besides this is a good list. I'm not gonna say it's not a good list. I will say that they addressed a lot of things that needed to be addressed. They hit two really big outlier cards that were really problematic for the game in their region. I really feel bad for Yummy. I think this was a very harsh hit to Yummy. I think Yummy as a strategy was fine. The way they were playing Yummy is the problem. They were playing Borlo Savage Dragon and Arclight and doing Cupid pitch combos and doing a bit of like degenerate stuff like that. In the TCG, we have them mixed with Mitsurugi, which is a little bit insane, but I don't think that's entirely Yummy's fault. Maybe in the future they'll revert back some hits to Yummy. I don't see this deck topping a lot in the OCG anymore. I could be wrong. I thought the same thing about Vanquish Soul in the TCG, and they ended up winning 2 YCSs. I don't think this Malulu hit was enough. I think Dracotail is going to be perfectly fine. And by Dracotail, I mean branded slop. Like, that's pretty much what we can call it now. Yeah. Overall, a new chapter for the OCG, and probably a new chapter for us in the future. This is, I actually do think this is a prelude for the TCG. I can see the Bagooska hit happening. I can see Red Ransom hit. I can see the pre-prep hit happening as well. I can see maybe Marshmallow hit. Maybe Marshmallow, but not entirely sure. I can see the Dominus Impulse makes a lot of sense. And if it ends up happening in the TCG, I will be very happy that it did. Although it only has one reprint, and the card is actually not cheap right now. I really want this to happen in the TCG. Like, I want Eclipse Wyvern back. Like, there is a really, really cool fun deck that I built, which will be the next deck report, and that deck would be so much cooler if this card was in it. Same thing with Metamorphosis. Like, if Metamorphosis comes back, it will be played in the surprise deck that I have built. Can you guess what that surprise deck is? Feel free to write comment down below. I might post it later tonight, or I'll post it tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. Until then, keep practicing and keep dueling.